This isn't a war for your mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is a battle for the mind of every person in America. So when you check out, when you say, okay, this is too much, this is too overwhelming, it's too depressing, it's too hard to sit and listen to all of this. So you remove yourself from the battlefield,
right?
Which is same as taking a knee. You just quit. That's what you did. You took yourself out of the fight. And so that means you're one less person they have to worry about.
8 years ago, the deep state was real. When Donald Trump came down the escalator in 2015 in Trump Tower, the deep state was already moving at 100 miles an hour. But the deep state, projected on us that we were the neocons, we were the conspiracy theorists because we dared to call them the deep state. They have put their army on the ground in government agencies and departments, from the DOD to the FBI to the DOJ. They have weaponized justice. They have politicized the intelligence community. So many great Americans who represent Donald Trump's army to take this country back. And that's what it's going to take, an entire army. And we all have a job to do. We have the benefit. We're blessed by God to have Donald Trump be our juggernaut of justice, to be our leader, to be our continued warrior in the arena. But we have to fill that arena with Americans behind him who are going to take the fight to the mainstream media, who are going to take the fight to the corporate bureaucracy that controls the swamp, who are going to take the fight to the national defense industry. What we must do is identify the people in government that are crippling our constitutional republic. What does that mean? First, we have to identify them. It's not a Republican or Democratic thing. It's up to us. We've got the greatest leader we could have ever asked for. But he's going to need some help from us. The swamp only exists because Washington, D.C. has perpetuated itself to overcome the will of the constitutional republic that is the United States of America. And we have to end that. And we cannot end that unless we do the following. Embark on a mission to educate Americans across the country. Now is not the I told you so moment. We were right because we dared to put the truth out. We were right because we were fighting for this country and our future generation with facts. And that's what we have to arm the American people with. There isn't anyone in this room or watching that can't effectuate that change. With the amount of great social media platforms and media that we have here, like Real America's Voice and everybody else that's willing to take that fight out there, it's imperative that you join the mission. We will follow Donald Trump's tremendous leadership, but we are going to need every one of you times 100 across this very country to make sure our message is received. We have to join together in whatever way you want, in whatever mission set you desire is most important to you, and do the following. Put the mission first. That is the single most important thing that we can do to help Donald Trump on his mission that he is on, to help rescue our country. We are going to look back together and say, we helped destroy the two-tier system of justice that is targeting Americans illegally. We helped destroy and identify an intelligence community that has gone rogue to seize our right to vote with their lies and fake disinformation campaigns. And we collectively joined forces to take on the most powerful enemy that the United States has ever seen. And no, it's not Washington, D.C., it's the mainstream media. They are prepping Russiagate 27.0 right now. It is our job to find out what it is and stop them. No one in the United States government is going to do that for us. It's up to us civilians. We got to marshal the clans here and make sure we blow up their next election rigging scam. That is our mission.
One of the important factors of the pause is that we see how bad they've done. So we will be able to do it properly, and it will be much easier. Everybody will agree with us because everybody sees what a bad job has been done during this 2-year period, and it will be a 4-year period. Everybody sees that. It will be much easier for us to do what has to be done.
Look at all of the groups that are coalescing behind Donald Trump now because of what he's exposed, the corruption. You want people on accountability, people want a better America. But if Donald Trump were president right now, would all of this have ever been exposed? Right? Like if he went back-to-back term, right? I don't know. Maybe, right? But he'd be running the country. And a lot of the people that have come out for Donald Trump would not have seen the information that has been put out there. Now, of course, I want Donald Trump to have been president then and next time, but it's just an interesting thought process because I don't know that I would have been able to reach a lot of the communities I'm reaching right now if I didn't have the ammunition that the Biden administration has given.
A lot of people who thought, I don't have to worry about the election because, of this, and this. Now they're realizing, wait a minute, these guys are serious. So all of these people are now realizing that the price of silence is your freedom.
We are witnessing the great reawakening. We have to get the right people. It's all about the people. So when I first came here, I was only in Washington 17 times in my life. All of a sudden, I'm president. And I really knew nobody. I relied on people. Some were good, some were rhinos, some gave us some bad advice. And generally speaking, we had very good people. But we had some that we have to do better. The difference is I now know sort of everybody. Yeah. And I'm not having to be relying on people that I didn't know very well and listen to their recommendations. And I think we're going to have phenomenal people. I know the people. I know the good ones, the bad ones, the weak ones, the strong ones. I think we're going to have great people.
Do you believe that you can deliver the goods on this in a pretty short order the first couple of months so we can get rolling on prosecutions?
Yes, we got the bench for it, Bannon, and you know those guys. I'm not going to go out there and say their names right now so the radical left-wing media can terrorize them. The one thing we learned in the Trump administration the first go-around is we got to put in all-America patriots top to bottom. And we got them for law enforcement, we got them for intel collection, we got them for offensive operations, we got them for DOD, CIA, everywhere. And the one thing we will do that they never will do is we will follow the facts and the law and go to courts of law and correct these justices and lawyers who have been prosecuting these cases based on politics and actually issuing them as lawfare. We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
We will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled. We will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States of America, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family. Name a special prosecutor. And all others involved with the destruction of our elections, our borders, and our country itself. They're destroying our country. I will totally obliterate the deep state. We will obliterate the deep state. And we know who they are. I know exactly who they are. We will fight for America like no one has ever fought before. 2024 is our final battle. We will finish the job once and for all. My fellow Americans, for our movement, for our children, and for our beloved country. And I say this, despite all that's happened, the best is yet to come.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
The American populace is facing an unconventional warfare scenario. This is information warfare.